thank you, Dio, for turning on your camera.
Sorry, Corey.
Pardon, I can't hear you now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, it's better.
Okay, good. So I want to first of all say a big welcome to our batch 1.2. That's May 2021, and we've not really had our proper onboarding orientation, but we decided, you know what, because a whole lot of people are still joining the group, the WhatsApp group. So we decided that let's just have this meeting, and after that we would have our onboarding tomorrow, and then we would do the needful and the proper thing. But I like to, some of them are here, so I'd like to welcome them properly. You're welcome to this journey. It's going to be a wonderful one, and we're really excited to have you come on board. So welcome to the first mentorship roundtable meeting. And we have Courage Allen, fantastic human being. You guys can see how excited I am today. Well, you will know after this meeting.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
Please, you're welcome, Miss. She's Mrs. But for the, let me just say, Miss with MS, Courage Allen.
Just call me Courage. Please, just call me Courage.
All right, Courage, you're welcome. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Olayemi Adegoke. Okay, so hi guys, hi everybody. My name is Courage. Yeah, people call me Courage Allen, but the truth is that's just my name on social media. My name actually is Courage Olatunde, and I'm Nigerian. Originally from Edo State, but married to a Yoruba man, so that makes me mixed. And I'm really honored to be here, like to hear more about your businesses and to share my own experiences, journey, and talk about empathy. I'm sure some of you will wonder what's this empathy all about. But don't worry, you will understand at the end. It seems pretty like a very common term that it's used, but at the end of it, you understand why it's the core of every business. At the end of what we have to say. So I don't know how the mentorship roundtable always like the way how it goes. So if I'm not following the usual way, apologies in advance because I always do things in a very weird way.
Don't worry.
I have a slide here. Hello.
Don't worry. You are good. You're good, and you have the floor.
Okay. So I have a slide to share, and this is going to be as interactive as it can be. We are going to be very real here. Nobody's trying to please anybody, but instead we're trying to learn from each other and ensure that we make best of what the time we have, and we can get something that we can use and replicate in our businesses so that we can scale. Because I know all of you are here at the hub to scale. If not, you're using your time doing other things. So thank you so much for having me. Can I share my slide? Wow. So I'll need you guys to introduce yourselves. Mr. Temi Dai has already introduced himself. He's into the travel business, and they launched an offline, if I'm wrong, please correct me. We launched an offline app, also a method where people can check or book. I don't know, but I know it's something in the travel industry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we both allow you to book and check for flight information. I said we both allow you to book and check for flight information.
Wow, that's cool, because every other website I use, Expedia, what's the other one?
Skyscanner.
Yeah, some I use. Yeah, I have to be online to check them. So this is really cool because I can imagine for people back in Nigeria that data is a big thing. It gives them it gives you an edge because they can always use your platform to check even when they have no data on their phone. So that's super cool. So the next person I'm seeing on my tab here is Eric. Do you want to like share who you are, what you do? If you have any things I should not mention, like any vowels, adjectives I shouldn't use while talking, just tell me. Eric?
Hello, everyone. My name is Langat Eric. I'm from Kenya, and I am a software developer and also the co-founder of SinglePay together with George. So SinglePay is an app that we're developing that will help do payments. Actually,
sorry, did you say Tickle Bay or Single Bay?
SinglePay.
Single Pay.
Yes.
Okay.
So this app is going to revolutionize payments. So we are looking forward to integrate QR code as a form of making payments, and maybe later integrate blockchain technology or something. But we are not yet we have not yet launched the app, so it's still in production, and we are going to launch soon. Yep.
Okay. Super cool. Financial stuff, ready to take all our money. That's good. So next is Galaxy Note 5. I don't know your name, so I'm sorry if I have to address you as Galaxy Note 5. Can we hear from you? Hello? This is why videos are always good. You always know who's there and who's not there. Okay, if Galaxy Note 5 isn't ready, pick Emmanuel.
I'm going to get the Hi. Can you hear me?
Who's speaking now, Galaxy?
Can you hear me?
Hello.
I can hear somebody. Who is it?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I can.
Galaxy,
yes,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Galaxy Note 5.
I'm Fred. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm Fred Mugisha.
Okay.
From Rwanda.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a managing director of Skako Limited. We do apiary farming. We started a project of Kayonza demonstration apiary farming, that is KADAF. It is a bee hub training center, input facilities, supply, and honey collection center. So we have started this project, but we want now to train beekeepers to acquire modern beekeeping techniques, and we supply the modern equipments to use. So we shall be training the beekeepers and mentor them, coach them, so that they can increase honey production, as it is a problem we are facing in Rwanda and worldwide. That is the project we have.
Okay.
Currently, we are facing a problem of finance. We shall get finance in this course we are in. Thank you.
Thank you. To be honest, I didn't really get like everything you said. So it would be helpful if you can just put it in the chat so that I understand better. I don't know if you mentioned farming.
Yeah, so
was that right?
Into bee farming, and it does training. And
bee farming.
Yeah, bee.
Oh, okay.
And
it does
training. And he hopes that he would get funding in this program.
Expand.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We have Eric here on. No, yes. Sorry, not Eric. Pete Emmanuel. Sorry, it's my tab again. Pete Emmanuel, you can speak.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, and I can hear and I can see, which is really cool. If I was awarding points, you get the highest points right now.
Yeah, I'm Petit Emmanuel from Kenya. I'm a software developer and founder of To Code Tech Hub.
Okay. Tech Code Tech App.
It's called To Code.
There's maybe something wrong with my ears.
So what do you do? What do you do? I'm seeing it as petite or pets or pits. So what exactly do you do? Coding? Just coding?
Yeah, sure. So we are teaching programming, and we are mostly looking at the less privileged in the society. Those who like to learn technology, but they don't have like things like fees that they can't afford. That's what we are looking. Those are types of people we are looking for mostly.
So that's your target audience, the less privileged.
Yeah.
Good.
Can I ask a question?
So are you a non-profit?
Okay, good.
You're a non-profit. Okay. I just wanted to be sure, clear on that part.
How do you get your funding? I'm sorry, Courage.
It's fine.
Yeah, so we are actually, and as much as we are looking for profits by developing softwares and websites, we are also giving back to society by teaching the skills.
So that means that you charge some people, but you're doing the Robin Hood kind of principle, right? So you charge some people and you make it free for some people. Is that right?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Sorry.
That's fine. That's cool. Have I gone? Kevin? I don't know. I think Kevin's is Kevin's with Eric.
Oh, it's me, Georgie.
He corrected me when I said wrote the single pay with a gap. So I suspected that.
Hello, so I'm George. I'm the co-founder of Single Pay with Eric, and he already spoke. Thank you.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so we are run for everyone. Okay, so I think I'm Courage. I'm Nigerian. I'm based here in New York. What do? I help people with their ideas. So what I basically do is help you transition your ideas, like from where it is in your head, take it through a process, and ensure that you create something sustainable, not just something that after a couple of years it becomes extinct. Because research has shown, and I have seen, and I have experienced businesses after a couple of months, after the first 6 months, it starts to get shaky because as an entrepreneur, you have these big dreams, big hopes, everything in your head is playing really cool. And thank you, Fred, I see that. Everything in your head is playing really cool. But in reality, when you now launch that business, you now realize, okay, it was just my thoughts, my imaginations that made it look like a very smooth ride, but it's not. So what I help people do is I help them transition from ideas to action and ensure that they avoid those obvious mistakes that entrepreneurs kind of face. And one method I use is design and future thinking. I'm sure some of you know it, some may not, but don't worry, it's really cool. The name can be pretty confusing, but it's a very, very cool thing to do. So I have a slide to share, and that's like my talking notes, but at the end I intend to like give you guys this slide so that you can go back and reiterate and kind of figure out, okay, what am I supposed to do? What am I missing out? Because as much as the theme for this meeting seems very simple, but it's really deep. So can I share my screen, please? Okay, thank you.
Please go ahead.
If you have any questions, please, if you have any questions, because we are here to pick each other's brain, just say, Courage, hold on, I need to ask you this. And if I'm going really fast, because I tend to talk very fast, say, please, Courage, slow down. We are very real here. Thank you. You disabled it. So host, please enable screen sharing.
Can you try it again?
Let me see. Yes, yes, yes. I can see. Okay, so can you all see the screen? You can like put a thumbs up and all of that so that I know if you don't want to talk. Can anyone see my, okay, I can, okay, Mr. Olaye, can see my screen. What about the other guys? Can they see my screen? Nobody's talking. Are you sure these guys are speaking?
A thumbs up.
Yes, I can.
You can put a thumbs up or something. I just want to be as interactive as possible. I don't want to seem like I'm just talking to myself. I know I love to talk, but please, let's help me to help you here. So the theme is empathy as the core in every business. So I'm going to ask this. When you heard of this theme, or when you saw this theme, what was the first thing that came to your mind? And I need responses here. I need to know what you're thinking. Let me know if you're thinking right or you're like thinking, what you thought is quite different from what you're going to do. I don't want to pick on anyone. I feel that we are all adults and we can like talk to each other. So please start talking. Please, please. And if you can share your screen now, help me. Please help me to help you. Or if you can turn on your videos or cameras. I don't know.
Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So the empathy as a core in every business. Actually, that's one of the reasons why I actually joined. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's the empathy as a core of business is actually one of the reasons why I joined.
First find. Will someone get a number?
I'm hearing like lots of mixed voices. I don't know. Can you hear me?
Can I talk now?
Yes, yes, you can speak. Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, so empathy as a core in every business actually. What I could post from the topic or what I want to learn from it is majorly communications with our customers and how to present our products to our customers so that they like have like this emotional relationship with you or have emotional relationship with your co-workers, basically everything about emotionally being available for your business, regardless of whether it is a customer or if it is an employee or something else. Right? Like,
yeah, you're not wrong. You are.
That.
Yeah. Okay. And trust me, you are not wrong. You're not wrong. Anyone else wants to like tell me what they thought when they saw this theme? Mr. Olaye, your incubatees don't like to talk. I can't hear you.
I think it's cold this evening, so I'm thinking.
No, because the truth is, as an entrepreneur, you should be ready to talk.
Cup of coffee for everyone.
Okay.
And maybe that would help.
Okay. First tip: as an entrepreneur, you should be ready to talk. You cannot be shy, because you don't know who has something to offer you. So you should be ready to talk, speak about what you do, and relate to people. That's how it works.
And I've said this on this platform a lot of times. This is one place you cannot afford to be quiet. You cannot, because you would be shocked that someone would hear one thing or one word that you say, and they might be interested in what you do, or you get a leading, or they say something in response to what you say, and they are already, and it will help whatever you are doing in your business. Yes. So yes, locate my icon and so someone is trying to ask. Please go ahead. Just unmute yourself.
Okay, so it's fine. If you don't want to, you can just put it in the chat box and I'll read it. If maybe you do not want to speak up or something, but it's going to be very ideal if we all communicate, because you never know who's going to who wants to collaborate with you.
So I know that some people find it difficult to use this or something. So On the somewhere under there, down there in your screen, you would see mute. That's a very important tool. So when you are not talking, you mute your mic. At this moment, then after that, you see stop video. We want to see your face, but as much as possible, if you can put your video on, it's good. And then, yes, so someone had said about raising your hand. So you go to reactions. Under reactions, you'd see raise your hand, clap, and other emojis. So, okay, yes, you found it. So Constancy, I hope I got that right. Please, you have something to say. Please go ahead.
Yeah, you got it right. I'm Constance. So I think after I saw this title, I had to think more into like the entrepreneurship world, whereby you have to meet in every area, and you have to basically know that everyone is different, like everyone you're working with is different. So hence empathy has to be the core of every business, because you have to be able to put yourself in the shoes of every worker and every teammate and everyone you're working.
Thank you, Constance. You're not wrong either. Okay, so in the absence of any other person, I'll just proceed. Basically, we're going to be doing very practical stuff. I'm not going to be stuffing you with a lot of talking, but you are going to be talking to me. That's what this slide is all about. So get ready. You're going to talk to me. So this is what I have for us: introduction, an icebreaker, empathy, and a summary. And we're going to move on to, okay. So introduction. I like to play things funny, so if don't mind my lollipop, it's just to make people laugh. You can't get serious all the time, please. So the goal is to help you like gain more clarity on your business ventures, and we're going to be sharing like real life examples, as well as using your businesses as case studies. I'm going to share my own experience with you and all my failures. I love to always talk about my failures, so and you can learn from that as well. So we are going to the icebreaker. So how are you guys all feeling? It's like, shh, Courage, shut up. You talk too much. Or like, oh my God, what she's about to say now? Are you excited or pretty sad? Like you wish you were watching a movie now, maybe just Netflix scene and something. So how you guys feeling? Tell me, put your reactions. We are not going to be quiet today. I'm sorry. Excited, I can see excited. Reactions, please. If you're sad, if you want to shush, please tell me, put it up there. I would not get upset, trust me. No reactions, everybody's, come on, guys. This
is another place where
excited,
you
excited.
I am reacting.
I hope it's excited is not just to make me feel very happy. If you want me to shush, please go ahead. There's liberty to express yourself here.
Eric is showing you must be really excited.
Okay, I can see more excited than, so I'll go on. So the next is the icebreaker. Let's go. Okay. And these ones, I need responses. Like, I just want us to loosen up a little bit. Maybe because you have never seen my face doesn't mean that you have to be, no formality. So let's start. Who's taking on the first one? What was the last thing you purchased online? And you have to say it, please. Talk, guys. What was the last thing you purchased online?
I bought a pair of shoes.
Who said that?
George.
Nice.
Yeah.
I hope you like the shoe.
Not so much.
Wow, did you return it? Is there no return policy?
Okay, it's just I didn't like the service, but the shoe is good, but the service was pretty bad. The customer service.
Sure. I know what that feels like. In the store, the shoe looks really nice. When you get home, you're like, oh my God, why did I ever spend this money on this? But it's fine. So who's taking the next one? What's your morning routine?
Myself. I got food.
Food?
Yes.
So you wake up and it's food?
No, you said, oh, what's morning? Oh, we've left to number one. Sorry. I thought the last thing I bought online.
Okay, food. You bought food online. I can't believe it.
Really?
Okay. Okay. So next one, what's your morning routine? Who's taking that?
I take that. I wake up.
I. Hello?
Yes, someone is speaking.
This is Fred. My morning routine at 6 sharp, I do pray. And
Oh,
then afterwards, I go to my library and I read books.
that's interesting. That's like a normal entrepreneurial path. Most entrepreneurs tell you how they read in the morning. I don't. Sorry. So let's be frank here. Okay, Constance wants to say something.
For my morning routine, since I'm still in high school, I basically wake up and go to school and just have my normal lessons and just prepare for my lessons in hand and manage my ideas.
You made me feel like someone that was very serious when I was in high school. Like, well, get up and go back to bed and hide under the duvet because I don't want to go to school, but it's fine. Okay, anyone else wants to take the morning routine, or should we move on to the next one? Okay.
My morning routine, these are the most Steven.
Okay.
So my morning routine, I wake up early in the morning, I pray as a Christian, then I read I surf the internet. I read about business on the internet every day.
Oh, you guys are reading books. Why do I feel like I have to come and check if you're really reading books in the morning? Because don't. My son won't even let me read a book. Okay, let's go on to the next one. What did you have for breakfast today? Let's put those that are healthy, because as an entrepreneur, you have to be healthy. You have to eat healthy. You don't want to die and leave your business. Yeah.
Okay, good morning. Sorry, good evening. I ate bread today. Bread and beans and tea.
That's heavy. That's like food for, like, if you eat that in the morning, it's to the next day. That's heavy, but that's cool. Who else? What do you have for breakfast? Nobody wants to spill. Okay, let me go. What did I have for breakfast? I actually had breakfast around 12, but I had some bread, I had a fruit, I had some eggs. That's pretty heavy too. So, but I was trying to be ready for this session so that I don't have a rumbling tummy. So please bear with me because it's just past 2 p.m. here. So, okay, who else wants to share, or should we move on to the next question?
I think Biganza is trying to say something. Is that right?
Okay.
Biganza. I don't know if I'm. All right.
Hello.
Yes. Hello?
Yes. My name is Bhakti.
Okay.
Well, this morning actually, I took bread as a breakfast.
I think Africans love bread.
Yeah, bread and milk is mad.
Is there anybody trying to launch a bakery here? Because but I pick on that idea. We have customers in the house.
I should.
Yes.
Good business.
Okay, let's move on real quick. Okay, what's the random act of kindness you did for a stranger? Now let's know people that are empathetic on this group. No lies. What's a random act of kindness you did for a stranger? And if you haven't, it's fine. There's still time to be kind. Maybe tomorrow. But anybody? Nobody. Really? Anybody?
I'll go first.
Okay.
So I completed my high school in 2018, and there's this woman that approached me. She lives.
How are you?
She lives close to us.
I did not forget your name. I did not forget your name. I know, but just.
Who is talking?
Okay, so since I finished high school, the woman asked me to help her son with the subjects that he's taking in high school because he'll be sitting for our national exams this year. So I think that's pretty much from me. So I've been helping him with the subjects, yeah.
Up to date?
Yeah, but right now he just went to school last week.
And it's free?
Yeah.
2 years you have been giving free service? Wow, that's
Yeah.
very fine. Okay, anyone else? So that we'll move on to the next and Mr. Alain, what's the act of kindness?
Myself, so many. I once trained a whole state secondary school, 60 local governments, and there were about 300,000 students, and I trained them using my staff for free.
Oh, that's nice. Petite, right? Yeah, you want to say something? Yeah, you can speak.
Yeah, so I was busy going for an interview, and then I met some people with litter. They were pulling a cart. I had to help them because they were stranded.
Oh, that's like a very touchy one. Okay, if I'll say random acts of kind, I do kind things every day. Yeah. Feeding my son is the kind thing to do every day. I can actually let him starve when he's crying. But yeah, I've paid someone's school fees in university without paying mine. Yeah. I run a charity from New York here and we work with people in Ajegunle in Lagos. I give money to people when they randomly ask me, but people have taken it for granted now. Somebody just sent me a text on Facebook asking me, telling me I haven't gotten the job since COVID. And this person never spoke to me in university. So if I don't respond, am I wicked? Nah, I don't think so. So those are the things. I try to be as kind because one principle I learned is it's in giving that you receive. And that's something I run by. And that's something that every entrepreneur should have at the back. Like always have it in your head that it's in giving that you receive. You don't necessarily have to give money. It might be other thing, it might be the service you give. As long as you give it well and you give it wholeheartedly, you will always receive. And that's something, yes, anything you want to take away today, just remember it's in giving that you receive. In your personal life, your business, in anything you do, it's your act of giving that gets you to receive all the things that you have. So take that. I think I spent a lot of time on this. So let's move on to the next. I'm not asking about dessert. That's very foreign. Let's go. So it's time to put on our thinking caps. I hope you all guys had a very great time with the icebreaker. I just wanted you guys to speak. Now let's get into the business of the day. Empathy. So for those that kind of responded, thank you for responding. You are not wrong. But when you say, what's this thing called empathy? Because there's a big difference between empathy and sympathy. They may sound very similar, but they are definitely two different things. Sympathy gives you a power of authority because you're kind of giving someone pity. So you kind of have the upper hand because you're the happy person here and the other person is here and you're trying to make them feel good. But empathy puts you in a place where you're on the same level. So there's no bigger person and there's no lower person. You're all on the same level. And in business, if you can see what I've written here, it kind of helps you. It's how your customer feels and thinks. And that's you trying to empathize with them. And for you to be able to do this, you cannot sit down in your bedroom and say you're empathetic, you know what your customer needs. You have to associate with them, no matter where they are, where they're from. You have to think like them, what they're feeling, how they're feeling, what they're thinking, what they're saying, what they're doing. And that's empathy. And you understanding your customer's pain points, because that's why you're in business. It's when you know the pain points of the customer that you can render a solution to solve that pain point. Am I making any sense? Am I speaking too fast? Please let me know.
Totally, yeah.
Okay, so that's empathy. So I kind of put a sticky note here, but I don't know if you want to write it down. This is just for you to put your thoughts down as I'm speaking. Like, just start thinking as I'm speaking. Just start asking yourself, do I really know my customers that well? No assumptions, no research work, nothing that you heard from your neighbors or anything. Because one of the things a lot of entrepreneurs miss is making assumptions. Because you feel a certain way doesn't mean the next person feels that way. Because a certain problem bothers you doesn't mean it bothers the person. Because you own an iPhone doesn't mean the next person really wants an iPhone. It depends on their needs. So are we communicating? If you object with what I'm saying, tell me, courage, stop. I oppose. No. My assumptions are always right. There's this joke I always tell people that his assumptions are to kill relationships. And it's very true, mostly for women. We always assume we know what the man wants or what the man is thinking. But let's not go there. But no assumptions yet. So now just take a minute or two to ask yourself, do I really know what my customer needs? And I'm going to call on any random person to tell me yes or no. Tell me what the customer actually needs. Let's see. Who hasn't spoken to me? There's an Edward on the board. Edward, are you there? Edward? No, he's not. I've not heard anything from him. So I wanted to ask him if he knows what his customer really needs. You can put it in the chat if you do not want to, you don't want us to hear your cute voice. I don't think he's there. I don't know. So anyone wants to take up that challenge to tell me what his or her customer really needs, if he or she knows what the customer needs, or your user, your target audience?
I'll go first.
Okay, who's speaking? Just say your name.
George.
Okay, hi George. So tell us.
Hi. So I'll take the customer's pain points because what we are trying to solve right now is something that myself have been through. So there's this problem in Kenya currently of people scamming each other. So like you want to buy something from someone selling online, then you send them money, but they don't deliver your order. So they basically disappear with your money. So I once experienced that. I wanted to buy something from someone. I sent them the money, but I never got the order till today. So I think scamming is something that my customers are really facing, and some of them have told me so, that they've been scammed. Okay. Yeah.
How many of them have told you?
Currently, I have like around 10 people have told me. Okay, the scamming is both two-way, because if a seller can scam you, you can also scam the seller if you don't want to send them the money, and then you tell them to deliver you the product, then you send them the money. Then you can also scam them. So
okay. So yeah. So you mentioned, are you solving a problem? Are you developing a solution to solve scamming problem?
Yeah, that's what we are working on with Eric.
Okay, that's cool. So like I asked, how many people have told you that scamming is a big problem for them? How many people have you spoken with?
I've spoken with at least around 15 people, but and 10 of them have confirmed to me that they've been scammed, and others the others are also like they know that scamming is there, but they've never been scammed. But you see, like they're anxious, they think that they might be scammed, but others have told me that they've been scammed. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So are you developing a solution to just sell to these 15 people?
No.
So you haven't really empathized with people. You're just taking a sample of a population, and that's too little to ascertain if scamming is really the problem, or the problem is the fact that they don't have tech knowledge to know when a website is protected or not. It might just be lack of information.
I beg to differ with that, because even your friend can scam you. If
your friend can, true. Yeah. I don't dispute that. But for you to be scammed, so this is what it is. So you know that scamming is a problem, right? And you want to purchase something. You have to think of a way, a measure to protect yourself, to protect your money. Do you get it? So what I'm saying is that empathizing, talking to only 15 people is not good enough to ascertain if your solution can really solve the problem. You still need to speak to more people, unless you're only developing the solution for 15 people, unless you don't want to make money. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so Eric wants to say something before we move on. And Timmy guy.
What Georgia said, it's not only 10 people who know about the scamming. We know many people, and also it has been trending. It has also just some days ago there was a trend on Twitter about scamming. Like some months ago, the Standard newspaper, a national Kenyan newspaper, had made an article about scamming. So it's on the media already, meaning it's affecting many people.
Yeah, but okay, so well, Eric, this is not your design solution. Your design is not to scam, it's not to solve scamming. So it is supposed to be George that should be telling me that he has gotten other reports from the news, Twitter. Do you get? That's called defending your ideas. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you say only 10 people, yes, 10 is a sample, but you can also say as well as the media, then you show proof of it. You give numbers. Because if I'm an investor, you're not giving me numbers. You're not ready for. You're not ready. You have to give me numbers. You have to quantify that problem that you are talking about. Do you get? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Dayo.
Yeah, so basically, right, the problem that we saw in NAI that we're trying to solve is the easy way of getting out of Nigeria, basically, for starters, then around the world. Reason for this is obviously because of bad governance, bad everything that is happening in Nigeria and the rest. We're able to run the whole idea with like 10 to 20 people. But obviously, with every news that comes out of Nigeria is bad, everybody just wants to run away. So that's like a good amount of customers or a good amount of people that we've come to understand. Even on Twitter, I've been able to interact with a couple of people every time a news or something about Buhari, our president, or something about Tinubu or something that just messes up with the heads of Nigerian youth just come about that. Everybody keeps saying the problem that they have is having access to the cheapest flight out of the country, getting visas on time, knowing the prices of information. So
let me not cut you short, Dio. Sorry, this is not supposed to be a one-on-one session, Mr. N, our host. But let me not cut you short. The problem is not the tickets. So people are just looking, people think that the problem out of Nigeria is by running away. I'm telling you, that's not the problem. If there was power, people will stay. So there are factors around it that people are not trying to solve that is making them feel they want to run away. Because by the time they get their first flights out of Nigeria and they get to somewhere like here, and there's a policy that says after 6 months, get out of my country, they're going back to Nigeria, they're going back to face the same problem. Do you understand?
Yes, but that's our problem to solve. Our problem is to solve.
Your own solution is to ensure that they buy ticket from you, right?
No, it's have available to travel information regardless of what it is.
Okay.
So for them to travel, regardless of whether they fly or they enter bus, they enter plane,
it's just information. I get
so
you.
the power of the economy is not us to solve.
Okay, so the thing that empathy helps you do, this is supposed to be at the bottom of the slide, is that when you start to empathize with your audience, you now realize if the solution you thought exactly what they even need. It might be something else entirely. You will pick from their pain points that, maybe they don't need information on flights. Maybe they need something else. Maybe they need information on how to get better jobs in Nigeria to keep them. So when you empathize with your customers, it helps you redefine and redesign your solution, because the truth is, if your solution is not readily needed, then it's a waste at that point in time trying to launch it. And that's why empathy comes into play. So let's move on to the next. Is somebody raising the hand again? So for a follow-up. So like, what problem are you trying to solve today? I've heard a couple of your problems. There's another hand up. The guy that's standing behind, I don't know your name, I'm sorry. There's no name appearing here. You're standing behind flags. Yeah. Who you can speak up if you
you can go ahead. You just raise your hand.
Okay. Okay, good. I'm good evening, Mr. Steven speaking.
Good evening, sir.
Okay. Okay, I'm the CEO of Reservation, the house rental platform in Nigeria that help middle to high income earners get accommodation online without stress. So we do this.
So you're the Airbnb of Nigeria.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I've been able to be recognized by Startup Istanbul as top 5 startups in Nigeria, and we're invited for exhibition as Turkey 2020, but we could not go due to the pandemic. This year we entered the Silicon Valley Founders Institute Abuja. We were able to enter to MBC also. So, but we are still at idea stage because we have already created our business plan. We are working on registering our company soon, and also we have made some just a little code together of how our structure will look like.
Okay, so my question is your solution, have you spoken to your target audience? Have you interacted with them to know if, because why would I not, because Airbnb is in Nigeria, the app works in Nigeria, I guess. Why would I not use Airbnb? Why would I be using Mr. Adeomo? Have you interacted with your customers?
Our business model is different from Airbnb. Airbnb is doing shortlets, while we are doing the normal house renting, where tenants can easily.
So you want to push away agents?
Yeah. The traditional ways of renting house in Nigeria, we're trying to eradicate it.
Okay. So have you spoken with like your target audience? Because you need to define who your target audience is. Have you spoken with them to know if this solution is what they actually need?
Yes, quite a number of them, because I'm even
quite a number. Give me a figure. Give me a figure.
I'm a student, I'm a student of OAU, Obafemi Awolowo University. So I did a research on campus, because when I got admitted on campus, I could not secure accommodation on campus. So during my brothers of friends to rent accommodation like around through this house agent, I got exploited, and that was what made me came about this solution. So since I've had this solution, I've been trying to talk to friends, going to several departments and asking them, would they be willing to use this service? And most of them agreed to it, because we are just trying to build only the use of subscription. So our customers will be able to subscribe to use our app just once in a year, compared to this is what they do in Nigeria, the normal house agents. What they do is that if they take you to your house, they will collect an amount from you. For example, it's like 1,000 naira just to check the apartment. If you like the apartment, if you don't like the apartment, you've already paid the money, and there's no way you can get your money back. What if they take you to 10 houses in a day and you could not see the one you like? That means you've already spent 12,000 naira on that apartment.
Mr. Ademo, let's slow down.
Yes, I'm listening.
So your target audience here is the prospective tenants, the landlords?
Yeah. Yes.
So have you spoken with any landlord?
Yes, I've done that.
How many?
Like 10.
10? Okay.
Yeah.
How many tenants have you spoken with?
I've spoken with a lot of students.
I need a number. A lot is like 10 is a lot.
Okay, sorry, more than 100.
So is it only students that are your target audience?
Not only students. I do also the working class.
So who else besides students have you spoken with?
My friends at departments, other departments,
you're still within your school environment. You're not getting what I'm saying. Unless you are creating this app for people in OAU and people in Ife, then you need to go beyond your comfort zone. You cannot make an assumption or make a conclusion rather based on OAU. Nigeria has 200 something million plus people, and people look for accommodation on a daily basis. So if you're trying to develop an app to eradicate agency fee, you should be speaking to people beyond that environment where you are located. Let's want to make it OAU rental app, then fine.
No.
So let's stop there, because there are other things we have to go through. Let's stop there. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Yes, because they are drawing a conclusion that your app is going to be well used based on your environment. And at the end of the day, I realize that I might not even scale beyond after like 1 year, like, please, landlords might say, oh, please, why am I even? Because those landlords and agents have some talk they do behind the scenes that you don't know. So you should be ready to pay all that price. You know, I know Nigeria is a country where there are no policies, although there are policies, but what they write on paper is for things that they say behind closed doors. So the agents and the landlords have things that they talk about. Some are even caretakers.
Sorry, Courage. Please, Daddy Emo, please, can you mute your mic? Once you're not talking, can you mute your mic?
Okay. So what I'm saying is that
when you're not talking, mute your mic or mute your mic. Sorry, Courage.
It's fine. So what I'm saying is that you people say you have empathized, which is good. You're just in the foundation stage of empathizing. You have not gone beyond your immediate environment. Unless what you are building or developing is just for family and friends, then we can say, okay, go ahead. But if you want to make money, then you should be ready to empathize beyond. For example, if I tell you that Google released a product that actually failed, people will say, how? Google? They didn't do their homework. They just assumed. So there are things that you have to do. And it's simple. It doesn't take money. It's just your confidence and your English. That's all. There's somebody letter G that wants to say something real quick before I move up.
I have a question.
Okay.
All right, so sometimes we are being told, George, sorry, my name is George. So sometimes we are being told that first, in defining your target audience, you should start where like it's easier to penetrate. So for example, using the guy just presented his situation, or me, I'm currently at the university, instead of like going out all over the country and asking questions about your idea, is it not advisable? Is it advisable to start, because I'm currently in campus, is it not advisable? I think it's better to start asking questions about your product, asking the people that are closest to you, meaning your fellow students. Then from there, when you get them on board your product, then you go to other campuses, then you get all those then on board. After that, you go to the general population. I think that's much better compared to going all out and chasing wild gooses all over the place, and you are leaving the students there instead of having them on board, then using them as a launching platform to get the others.
Okay, so maybe you didn't get me right. I'm not saying using your immediate environment is wrong. I'm just saying go beyond your immediate environment. That's if you want to scale, because your product you want it to go beyond where you are, your environment, wherever state you are in. So you need to be able to understand what people in other places think about your product. Your campus is good. It's a good level ground to start on, but you have to build on it. And you don't have to do wild goose chase. Trust me, no, you don't. You just have to be very strategic, and you have to ask strategic questions. You don't just go randomly and say, oh, I'm launching a shortlet app. What do you think? No, there are questions here. You have to understand where the person is coming, if they even know what Shortlet app is all about. So you need to build on your conversations when you are empathizing with people. Did I answer you, or do you need more clarification?
I think you answered my question.
Okay, so let's move on real quick, because no, I didn't plan to stay this long. So who's benefiting from your solution? What problem are you trying to solve? So let's get to this. So what does empathy help you do? First, like I say, it's the core of every business design, because empathy helps you understand what your target audience really needs, and if your solution is solving their need. It helps you connect with the users of your product. It helps you know if you're solving the right need. It helps you know if your design has a ready market. Because if you make an assumption and you launch and nobody patronizes you, who do you blame? Do you blame the people, or you blame yourself? It's you to blame, because you did not check on people. You didn't ask people to check on what you're doing. You didn't get feedback to know if you needed to redesign what you have to offer or carry on. And you know that if you're looking for investors also ensure that where they are putting their money, they're going to double that money. And they're not just going to give you money. It's not a charity organization where they donate. Maybe they'll get a tax rebate, no. But they want to be sure that there's a market for it. That's when they want to even listen to you. If you haven't tested what you want to do in the market, if you haven't communicated with people that your likely users, then you don't have a chance of getting funding. I'm very sorry to break your heart right now. You need to be able to because that's how you get confidence when you are speaking about your ideas, your products, because people have tested it, people have interacted, and they have told you, okay, yeah. Okay, when you interact with your customers, it's like a go ahead to know, oh, this idea is wow, or maybe I need to change something about it. So that's what empathy helps you to do. It helps you to check in on your product. It helps you to redefine it if you need to. And like I said, it helps you know if your idea is good or bad. I'm not saying there are good ideas and there are bad ideas. Let's take, for example, like Uber and Airbnb. When they're still testing this thing, people thought they were bizarre. Like it was a bizarre idea. Like, why would I hail the ride from my phone? I'm sure like places like Nigeria, like when they are used to yellow taxis. But now those people are successful. Well, there are some very great ideas like, oh my God, when you hear it, no, they'll give you a business plan, you read it. When they launch, everybody's looking like, oops, oh my God, what do we do wrong? What do we not do wrong? Let me give an example. So when I was in Nigeria, I used to teach. I taught across ages anyway. So I was making good money, and I thought, oh my God, they don't have after-school centers in the environment where I lived. I did not check in on my customers. I didn't check in on the parents around me. I just assumed that Saturday people are looking for where to throw their children, and my flat is open. I registered the company, I bought things, and I launched. I launched and I lost money. That's one of the failures. And I lost money, and I was like, oh my God. That was one lesson I didn't learn from it. And I know how Fridays we want to hang out, and I love to cook, So my mom was like, oh, my mom used to have this store where she had like a warehouse, come and get plastic things, bowls, and so she wanted to pack up that business. I'm like, oh, why don't I take up your space? And it was a very crowded environment. I'm like, oh, I can have a mini restaurant there, like a mini. I failed again, and that was like ran into millions. And I was like, okay, courage, you need to slow down. Do my proper market research and all of those things. I didn't even communicate. I just assumed. Problem with the restaurant thing. I was trying to give them like very international standard environment. So that people, they felt that I was very expensive. Even if I was charging the same price as the people that just sit on benches outside, the ambience, the people, and that was how no one patronized me. because I did not empathize with the people around there. That's how I lost the game. So it was a good idea, but it came out at a very bad timing. So another thing that empathy helps to do is it rules out all the assumptions about your business. Like I used to make assumptions in the past. And so for some of you that are making assumptions as well, when you empathize with your target audience, it rules out that assumption for you. So my next question is, okay, we have kind of done this. If you have connected your target audience, yes, what was the feedback? Some of you have given me feedback that they say your product is wow. And if not, why haven't you interacted with your audience? Anybody wants to jump on that? Anyone wants to jump on that? If they've interacted, what was the feedback? Just one sentence. And if not, why haven't you interacted with your audience? Anyone, real quick?
I'll take that, George. I'm George.
Okay.
So I'm talking based on the interacting with the 15 customers that I've interacted with. So most of them, as I said, around 10 of them have actually been scammed online, and they welcomed my idea of protecting their money they're purchasing online. And the other 5 are anxious about being scammed, and they think that they'll be scammed later in the near future. And they are also, most of them say that they welcome the idea to protect them from being scammed. Yeah.
That's good. I'm sure. I'm very sure that trying to prevent being scam is something a lot of people want to jump at. What I'm not too certain is if it's really their problem. If their problem is really being scammed, or them just being silly and getting scammed without knowing it, or them just plain naive. Because we live in a world where there's a lot of uncertainties. You can't even trust the next man who's sitting right next to you. So that's just my concern. And if there's any continuity, because by the time you launch the app, everybody now understands, oh, I cannot be scammed. I don't know how your app is running, but I want to assume you have a way of always getting your customers to use your app. Or I don't know if it's a one-time thing they download and it protects them from being scammed. I don't know, but is there a future in it? Is it that after you will not have recurring customers after they download the app? So those are things that you should also put into perspective. Next one. So before you empathize, there's something I always call like creating a customer persona. In our heads, we know the kind of customers we want. If you haven't done this, please do it. It helps to know the kind of people you should be talking to. Like for Mr. DMO that wants to do a renting app, he will not go and talk to a 5-year-old because what do they know about renting apartments? So when you create a customer persona, it helps you to narrow down who you'll be empathizing with. You don't just talk to everybody you see. You don't just pull people by the side and say, okay, I have this great idea. What do you think about it? I have this product. What do you think about it? So I advise that you create a customer persona in your mind, figure out who do you want, how would this customer be, what's the lifestyle, what does customer kind of hear, where does it get its information from? No, do you understand what I'm saying here? If you don't, let me elaborate more. I don't know. Any thoughts, questions on the customer persona? No thoughts. So it helps you to, like I said, it helps you to narrow down who you'll be interacting with when you create a customer persona. So how do you empathize? Simple. Conduct interviews, talk to people, but ask very strategic questions. You talking to people doesn't mean you're chit-chatting. Yes, chit-chatting to get them relaxed at the beginning, but I always advise that you write down the questions you want to ask and write down questions relating to your product. Don't go off track because people like this. So if you go off track, it's on you. You don't get the information you're looking for. So you ask the 5 whys. And what's the 5 whys? For every time you ask me a question, like, oh, why have you been, let's say, why did you eat rice? Or what did you eat? I ate rice. Why did you eat rice? I thought, oh, because it's going to fill me up. Or why do you think it's going to fill you up? So you just keep probing and probing and probing, like 5 times. It sounds pretty silly, but it helps you to dig deeper, and you now finally get to the roots of the customer's pain points, because you want to really be sure that your solution can solve their problem. So ask the 5 whys, and always ask what, why, and how. What is this? Why is that? How is this? Just ask them. And while you're doing all this asking, this talking, be attentive. Do not go and feel that, oh, you are going to, your memory can absorb everything. No, you have to pay attention, because that kind of shows that you respect the person's time, because the person is giving you their time to talk with them. And also have an open mind. Don't go with some thoughts, premeditated thoughts that, okay, I feel this person is going to say this or that. No, go with an open mind, like a blank book. Whatever they say, you take note of it. And if you have to record these interviews, ask for consent first. Don't do anything behind their backs. And be observant, because part of an interview is not just what you hear, it's what you see. Their gesticulation kind of tells you something, because someone can tell you something but mean something else. Their body language will kind of tell you. So always be observant to that. That's empathy. It's not hard. It's very straightforward. But when you're empathizing, or when you're interviewing, ask questions relating to your products. Do not go off track or to just be time wasted. Any questions about this? If you do, speak. I'm moving on to the next slide, because I want to leave the floor open for all your questions and thoughts. Okay, no question. Nice. So when you're finished collecting those informations, there's something we say create an empathy map. And that's just you like kind of breaking down all that you have gotten from every participant. Say, think, do, feel. So whatever your interview, for whoever you have interviewed says, you kind of put it in a box. You want to ensure that all of these things align. Whatever they're doing in terms of their gesticulation, write it down as well. What they're thinking, because you can always kind of tell when you're talking to somebody, just what the person is thinking, kind of writes it down. Then when you ask about what they feel about your product, or when they're using your product, maybe if you're doing like a prototype, you write it down as well. So it's all related to your product. This is not about anything off track of whatever your ideas or products are. Please don't write it in the empathy map, but this kind of helps you dissect it. So if there's a connection, you know that, okay, yes, my solution is on point. If there's something, if it's not connected, then if it's not connected, then you have to now kind of redefine what the real problem is. That's the empathy map. So something I always say, for a business, okay, from a purely business-driven perspective, empathy is an essential component of any sound business solution. If you develop solutions in isolation, that's if you don't empathize, without essential insights about your users, you will create solutions that completely miss the mark, and you'll be ignored by the market. I'll give you 1 minute to kind of reflect on this. Sorry, it's a very long sentence, but I think I want 1 minute is up. Does anybody have any question about this? Any thoughts or positions?
So can I ask a question?
Sure, you can.
I don't know if it's a question. So
okay,
I get a lot of what you're saying, and some people always just look at empathy as the love I have for my customers. And as against maybe now, so I don't know if it, like I said, it's a question, but this is if it is a question, this is its question. So is empathy taking the love you have for your customer to the next level? Or is it just doing a market survey?
Empathy is not market. So it's beyond market survey. Market survey, you can do that. You can just take surveys, research. You don't even need to go. You don't need to have any interactions with them. But empathy is like, you know it. It's beyond, I wouldn't use the word love, but it's you kind of understanding, putting yourself in the heart of your customer. Like, what are they really thinking? What is really their problem? Like, so is that love? Look at that love. It's beyond, it's deeper. Like, you want to know, because if you don't know, you can't help. That's the truth. So you can love somebody and not want to know much about the person.
Yeah. So, and I asked the question intentionally because I want to go back to what George has said. I think what George did with the 12 or 10 people was just marketing, so a market survey of what people thought about their product. As against going deeper, and I'm sure you're going to go into this more intently, but I just thought to ask or to say, guys, when we are looking for funding, especially for people that are looking for $100,000, $100,000 is not 10,000 naira. People that want to give this money are looking intently into what you're saying, how you are saying it, the words you are using. The words you're using. I remember on the platform, on the March batch, someone had asked the question, and there were terms that are being used in the boardrooms, and the kind of things that we're trying to look into needs those cliches, needs those words. And so it's important for us to, as startups or business people, especially looking into funding, is important for us to be able to familiarize ourselves with these words and be able to understand it instantly. Sorry, Courage, I just needed to bring that in, so that we don't look at it as, but I'm doing this. Everybody should understand I've done that. It is, see, the world we're into right now, it's bigger than what we think. So there are a lot of people looking for funding. There are a lot of people looking out, doing the kind of ideas or business that we're doing. So we need to be on top of our games. We need to be able to be ahead in all things. Sorry about that, Corinne. I just thought I should.
It's fine. So does anyone have any thoughts about this? Because this is, if you read this well, you kind of get to the root of what I'm saying. And I don't think anyone here on this call wants to be ignored by the market. If not, why would you spend hours, resources trying to develop something? It's because you want to make money. But if you really want to make money, you need to be sure that your solution is solving a problem, because people will only buy products or use services that solves their problem, that makes their life easier. So any thoughts before I move on? Any other person?
My name is Papi.
Okay.
And I have a question. I just want to know if there is any relation between market fit and empathy. Like the link between, is there any relation between product market fit and empathy?
Okay, so empathy is the beginning of the journey. Product market fit, I'll take more like the testing phase of your design, right?
Okay.
Yes, so empathy, so there's something people doing design thinking. It's because like design thinking has like 5 processes, but empathy is like the foundation of it before you build on the other processes in it. So when you are in the design phase, like when you're in the final, the testing stage, is to know if your product is right. Like, okay, all of like, let's take for instance the app. We have empathized with our users. We know what their real problem is. Let's say they really want this design, this app. The way you get to the test, because I always tell people, don't just launch. Always test it with people, with your targeted audience before you launch. So it saves you the headache of having to go and change. So when you test, what you're trying to do is understand the usability of that app. Is it easy for them to use? Are there certain things? Is there any hitch while using the app and all of that? So it's those feedback you get. You now know if you have to redesign or tweak something about that app, or you just launch if everything is smooth. Do you understand?
Definitely, yes.
Yes, but if you don't empathize, if you do not know what the problem is, and you just launch your app, then you now have to go back to the beginning again and realize, because if you launch and nobody is using the app, then it's like time wasted, money wasted. You have to go back to start asking, okay, what is really your problem? What is this thing? Okay, what can I do to help your problem, to solve your problem? And you don't want to waste that time spent can be used for something else. That time wasted rather can be used for something else. So that's why this foundation, like for every house, you need a solid foundation, or else your house might collapse or something. So that's it. Can I move on to the next? Yes, I can. Make one response. So this is one thing I like to say. So your product may provide many features, but those may not be the features your customers are looking to use or have. And this is something that a lot of people miss. That's where the assumption comes in. Oh, you have a product. After all, okay, let's assume you're trying to replicate, let's say, a phone. Let's assume an iPhone. You've put everything, you looked at Samsung, your competition, you have stolen their ideas, you've put everything. But at the end of the day, maybe your customers are just looking for an easy way to just turn on their phone or something. But you put all the whole high level features in that product of yours. And the same thing goes for your service. You may just be trying to say, okay, maybe my customers would like this nice ambience. They want something really looking, when they come in, they feel welcome. Maybe you just need proper customer service, but you never really got to know what your customers' pain points are. So you just assumed and you went on putting so many features to make your product or service look very wild, but they just need something very simple, customer service. So if you have the time, read about Google Glass and learn why they failed. Nobody will ever believe that Google will create a product that failed. Then I love the story of Embrace Warmer, and I'll just give you a short story. So this is like a group of students from Stanford. So they're trying to, so India has like, there's a poor population, and they're trying to help babies stay, I think babies that are born premature because they have like low body fat. So they're trying to like keep them warm. And so they created this kind of like a wrap that can keep you warm at a very affordable price, because many of the mothers could not afford for their children to stay in the hospital. They couldn't afford the bills, and they went about giving this warmers to the moms. However, the death rate did not reduce. Instead, it was increasing because they didn't really understand what moms really needed. They wanted an affordable way of keeping their children alive, but they also faced power problem. So they did not have the power to keep those warmers on. That's why the babies were still dying. So that's what empathy kind of helps you do. So they had to redesign those warmers to be something that doesn't necessarily need to be plugged into power to keep these babies warm. So empathy can help you redesign your product if it's not the right fit for your target audience. So when you have the time, read their stories and learn from it. And okay, so a recap. I've been talking about pain points, but I just want you to know that pain points are in 4 categories. So your customer might be having financial or money related, which is cost. It might be the product quality or productivity. I left out the why. So that's how does your products make your customers' life easier? Does it solve their everyday needs? It might be the process. When they're using your products, is it easy to use? Because if you give your customer something complicated, they're not solving their pain points. And support. Do they have access to proper help when they need it? And a lot of times you might get 1, 2, 3 right, but your support is wrong. You have still not solved your pain points, and it can make you lose your customer because I need all of these things. So I need something affordable. I need something that makes my life easier. I need something I can use without giving me a headache. And I need something that when I need help from, I get a response quickly. So if your product isn't solving these 4, then sorry, you're not ready to scale. You're not ready to make money in the market. That's it. And I think I'm almost done. So this is just to summarize. Put your thoughts here. Just don't mind me. Write what you have learned, what you're going to take away. This is for you, your personal use, but yeah, what you're taking away from this meeting and what you plan to run with. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you. If you want to connect to me, go to my website. That's it. So thoughts, ideas, people that don't want to oppose all that I've said, people that plan to run with it, people that want to say, shush, courage, please, I need to make more money. So it's open now, at least. Yeah, you need to start speaking, guys.
Okay. So I would imagine that we have some questions. So thank you so very much, Courage. Again, I would say this is how we know some of the companies that are making money, some of the companies that will continue to make money. So you hear that these guys have been in around for 25 years, 30 years, and they are growing. Or in the seminar I was in recently, or webinar I was in recently, and we're talking about companies that have been around for 450 years, and they have been changing. When they started with making, I think, buckets or something. Now they are making containers and packages for petroleum products, and they are big. And so when you hear how people like Tara, House of Tara started with 5,000 or 6,000 naira, and now she's in New York Stock Exchange, and she's doing very well. And you are thinking she's just doing makeup, lipsticks, and eyeshadow, and she's in New York Stock Exchange, and she's here in Nairobi. She's in most countries in Africa. These are some of the things that they are putting attention to doing that. And let me tell you, one of the things that I found interesting is that these are some of the things that investors see, and they are like, you are talking intelligently. You must have something and know something that others don't know. So it's important to always bring attention to things like this. So thank you so very much, Courage. Question time. Hey, guys are not talking. Is it that we have learned too much that we are so okay? Latin note 5 is saying thank you for the great presentation. I need to work on numbers. Exactly. Yes. Now I'm hearing people listened. Any other comments, questions?
Thanks, Eric. If there are no questions, it means I didn't do a good job.
Yeah, I have a question about the
Good.
concept of empathy.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask if this concept is very efficacious on pre-seed stage or on a seed stage.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Actually, I'm saying that if the concept of empathy, is it very efficacious on pre-seed stage or seed stage?
If it's very difficult, is that what you said?
Like efficacious.
Yes. Is it on procedure okay, let me leave you to answer.
No, sorry. Let me reiterate that question. If empathy is very difficult in the state,
I was saying if it is very efficacious, like efficacy.
Sorry, Mr. I'm not picking this.
Can you spell the word your efficacy? Can you spell that word?
Efficacy. Okay. Like the concept is very useful in a phase of a pre-seed or a seed stage.
Yes. It is, as long as you want to launch something, empathy is useful. Unless you're not launching for human beings. But if you're launching something that you want human beings to use, then you need to empathize with them. You need to know what your customers really, really want. So whatever the stage you're in, you need to empathize. Even when you have launched, you need to always go back, always request for feedback. Never be afraid to ask for feedback on your product or service. That helps you to improve. And never feel that you have done the best because like Mr. Olayemi said, your idea is not unique to only you. Other people are thinking the same thing and they are waiting for you to feel so that, or they're waiting to compete with you. So it's something that you always have to do. Not even before you launch, even after you launched, you need to still interact with your users, always request feedback so that you can improve. That's how you stay in business.
Yeah, and if I may add, I think like you have rightly said, Corey, I think it's an ongoing process. That's why a Dangote, as big as he is, was had to at some point remove from markets is Indomie. I don't know, maybe they still, I doubt if they do. The noodles, Dangote noodles, at some point, because it's a whole, I mean, I've been to that factory before. It's a huge, humongous factory, and they've had to either do something else or something because they were not getting it as big as they were. So I think it's an ongoing thing.
So someone put his hand up.
Okay, about that Dangote Indomie company, I watched his interview that he granted online. He said he had to resell it to another company making Indomie also, and that was the real Indomie group, the company making noodles in Nigeria, that big Indomie brand. He had to sell his factories to them because he knew he was not getting it right. That was just it.
Yes. So thank you, Adeyemo. Because you know I've been to that.
Add on to that.
Yeah.
So to add on to that, that's why they say learning is a continuous process. You don't just stop because you have gotten something. If you end up taking on the emphasize journey and you realize that the needs of your customer you cannot deliver, you can collaborate. No man is an island. You can collaborate with people so that you can ensure that you meet the needs of your target audience. Never be afraid to collaborate with people. You may not know it all, but during your interview time or during the empathy phase, I realized, okay, maybe the target audience do not need my product now. Either you want to redesign or you look for people that you can merge your ideas with, people that can solve that problem, and you become bigger. So So it's good Dangote sold because they ain't getting it right. Why waste money producing and producing when there's already an established brand that they could sell off the business to? So that's it, guys.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Courage. Yeah. Any other question? Any other one? Any other person? Now, let me also quickly.
Okay, so Dayo put a question here. How do you get feedback, and what feedback made you keep doing what you do? Okay, how do you get feedback? You ask the question. It could be true. If it's an app, you ask for reviews. So people, not every time you get good reviews, you always get bad reviews. And so the answer that. And what feedback made you keep doing what you do? Oh, me, how do I get feedback? I'll ask you to give me feedback. That's all. Did you enjoy it? Did you learn anything? What made you keep doing what you do? Because I just love it. What feedback? Oh, so good feedbacks, yes, but like feedbacks that are not too good as well. Because if you tell me what you didn't really understand it, it helps me go back to the drawing board to know what did I not do right? Did I not use simple words in explaining what I had to explain? So good and bad feedback just keep me going. Did I answer you? Mr. Dio, did I answer your question? Okay, you're welcome then. Any other person? I don't think there's any new.
Can we get the?
Yes, sure. I would send the slide to the zone, to the hub, and he would share it with all of you.
Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you so much, Courage.
Thank you so
I particularly am really encouraged, and guys, I am particularly learning a lot from this. You know, I've been taking notes. I don't know how many of you have, and it's nice that we are going to have the slide. But again, guys, drawing from what Adeyemo said, and really, you see, I was in that company. I went to see a friend of mine, and we went there, and I saw the amount of chicken they use to do their chicken flavor. I mean, live chicken, a whole chicken, real chicken. And I remember making comments that day that, oh my goodness, they are really doing a whole lot to this. And then obviously they did not do a lot of what's it called, homework or empathy in this case. So this is a very, very important. And for the guys in March batch, that's 1.1 2021, the first batch March. And please, I want you to take notes. Courage is sharing our link and our contacts, so it's on the chat.
Sorry.
For those of us
that were 30 minutes brainstorming.
Yeah. So for those of us that were in March batch, you will notice that in the month of April, we were quite a lot in some things. And that was because we did our own empathy, and we did a bit of what people were getting, even though we had just started with we have been on this for a while, 2013, but while we're going virtual for the first time, and so there was a whole lot of things that we had to also put in check. And thank God for Courage. Courage played a big role in that part. Thank you so much again. I'm saying it publicly so that everybody.
You're welcome.
So there's a whole lot that is going on. So let me also quickly say, before I want Courage to talk about the 30 minutes. Is it 30 minutes? 30 minutes.
Yes. So yes. So it's a free brainstorming session. So it's basically you book something in my calendar, and it's based on your ideas. It's not just in session. first, let us clarify that. So if you have like, for those that want to pick my brain on this empathy or any other thing that we got, if you're not too sure of your ideas, just come. It's 30 minutes and let's kind of flesh it out. So that you get more clarity, more insight into what you're doing, what step you need to go and all of that. Because honestly, it's been my great joy that all of you get what's your mission or reason for joining the hub. It's to be my joy that you guys get something out of it as well and get your heart desires from the hub. So you can do that with me. The timing is Eastern time or is New York time, so be mindful of that. So you don't go and put a time that doesn't favor you if you are doing the time difference thingy. So that's it. So it's up. You can do that, and you can connect on Instagram. You can send a DM or something. But yeah, free for you guys.
Yeah, you see.
I love to hear great ideas. Oh, that's most of them DM was on like that agent thing. I see people that have suffered. It's painful. So it's a very good one if it can get the ball rolling on that. Eric says, how can you get the meeting recording at the hub? I'm not the one recording, Eric.
You would in good time. Well, I'm very, you know what, we'll talk about it. We'll get it. So let me also quickly say again, before some of us joined, I know some of the guys in here, this is the first time you're having this kind of session, and that means that you are in the batch 1.2. That's those guys that just joined on Monday. We're supposed to have our onboarding orientation, but we were waiting for some other people to join so that we have it once together. So we'll have that tomorrow, and it's not anything. Trust me, it's not anything too serious. It's just basically we want to share with you the rules of the house and the things I would expect from you and what you should be expecting from us. Some of you have answered some of the questions that your expectation from the zone, and we are hoping that by tomorrow we'll share our expectation from you so that we can meet your expectation. And it's very important that you meet our expectations so that we can meet your expectation. We understand your expectation. Trust me. We share your expectation. We have also learned our empathy, and we are learning it. so we understand that part. So it's important for us we'll share the stuff through the group tomorrow. Mr. Arish Aziz, so it's good to finally see you coming. You are late though. Yeah. So again, we have something tomorrow that we're going to be doing on Zoom. Let me see if I can share my screen with you. Courage, you were saying something.
Yes, so I was asking that, am I free to go? Or do you want
okay. Yes. So sorry. Thank you so much, Courage.
Okay, so
we're very grateful.
Thank you so much, guys. So I look forward to those that want to brainstorm with me and those that connect.
So before Courage goes, please, I need you to help me appreciate her. She has a young child, and I'm sure she has kept him somewhere with someone or a nanny or something to have this meeting. Please, I need you to please appreciate her for me, please. And I need to see that in the chat room. I need you to please appreciate her for me. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much, Courage, for doing this and for giving us the permission to share your slide. I am very grateful. I'm very grateful. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. So it's nice meeting all of you, and hopefully we'll meet again soon.
Yes,
Thank you.
And guys, Courage is going to be coming on board on our training. I will talk about that later on our training platform, and a whole lot of things that we're going to be seeing her again. And Courage is, I don't know if I should say this here, Courage. Courage is going to, although that's contract I've not, anyway, but I'll send it later. Courage is going to be doing a whole lot with us. You'll be seeing a lot of her. So just get used to this face. Thank you so much, Courage.
Thank you. So have a good night rest, all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.
All right, so before we leave, guys, I just want to tell us about the meeting that we're going to be having tomorrow. And if you can see on the screen, you'll see Deji Adeleke. Deji Adeleke is a very good friend of mine. We've been friends for over 25 years. And is fantastic, seasoned businessman, and he's done a whole lot of business across Africa. And right now, he's built a financial tech company, and he's really doing very well. So tomorrow is going to be around 9 o'clock East African time, 7 o'clock West African time, and I think that's 8 o'clock South African time. Is going to be answering our questions on how to build lasting enterprises. So it would be nice for us to join in. Deji has been here before, so the guys in March class of March would remember him when he came in, and we'll be having a time with him tomorrow. Please, let's all come in and let's not be quiet. Let's ask our question. Again, I want to say there's no virtue in being quiet in this kind of classes. Don't say I'm very quiet, I'm very humble. It is nothing like, there's nothing like that. So please, let's make ourselves available tomorrow. Thank you so much. Any question? I don't know if there's any question. If there's no question, I would like to end this, and then we'll see tomorrow. All right, guys, thank you so much.